For this next assignment, you're going to be making a 3D map of the United States. You're going to be making a physical map using different items from around your home or things you may find outside. On this map, there's a few things that I want you to include, so different landforms and map features. So the first thing is I want you to include a compass rose on your map. I want you to include a map key or a legend to tell me what the different items are. You need to put a title on your map. So that could be, the United States of America, 3D map of the United States, whatever you'd like for your title. You also need to label the Gulf of Mexico, label Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. You need to put some sort of item on there for the Rocky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains, and Cascade Mountains, and then you need to label those. You need to label the Great Basin on your map. You need to label the desert on your map. The Great Plains, you need to label and put something down to show the Great Plains. And then you need to put the Mississippi River on your map and label it. And then the coastal plains. So right now you're watching this video explaining how to complete the 3D map. And then I also have an example posted below of a completed map. And I also have a physical map from our book that shows you what the area would look like. Once you complete your map, you're going to take a picture of it and then send that picture to me. You can either attach the picture to this assignment, or if you want to, you can send the picture to me through email or through Teams or through Teams chat or Remind. Whatever works best for you. Just get me a picture of the map that you created. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a map of the United States and trace that so you can create your map on top of it. So first I'm going to pull up the example to show you what I'm meaning. So if you click on the example, it's going to bring up this picture. And you can zoom in on it so you can see a little better. So if you can see, they included a little bit more than what I'm looking for. So I'm just wanting the Cascade Mountains here and the Rocky Mountains, which you can see they represented with, I think, chocolate chips. And then I have the Appalachian Mountains here. And then you can see on their map key, they put a chocolate chip, they glued that down, and then put mountain to show that these chocolate chips are mountains. Now, something extra that I want you to do that is not included on this map is you actually need to write on the paper next to these mountains, you need to write Rocky Mountains. Next to this one, you need to write Cascade Mountains. Next to this one, you need to write Appalachian Mountains. You do not need to put these ones here. We are not doing those. The next thing you need to also do is you're going to need to put color and label the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean here. So you're going to need to write those down, kind of like you can see here where they wrote Pacific Ocean. You also need to label the Great Basin. So here, you can see they've got some of this down here. And you're going to, if you want to put something down there, you can, or if you just want to put color down, that's fine as well. But you need to make sure to label Great Basin. Now down in this area is where the desert is located. So some of the kids in class today used sand to put there. We used sandpaper, brown paper for the desert. Someone also used a brown sugar, sprinkled that on top of glue to represent their desert. And then again, make sure you put that on the map key and show that you're showing a desert. The next item is you need to make sure that you're doing the Great Plains. Now this whole area is where the Great Plains are, if you remember when we labeled our physical map. So you're going to want to put down, some people put down grass or moss or just green paper, or even if you want to shred up pieces of green paper, they put it all here and then labeled it Great Plains. And then you're going to want to label the Mississippi River. So this line here is the only blue line that I want you to include on your map, and that's the Mississippi River. You could use blue string, you could use straws, you could use pipe cleaner, whatever you think of to represent the Mississippi River, just putting some kind of 3D item down and then labeling it Mississippi River. And then you need to also include the coastal plains. So you need to add color here and label it coastal plains. Then you need to put a title. This is their compass rose. And then again, that map key or that legend. So be sure complete this. If you have questions on completing it, definitely get in contact with me through Teams, Remind, or email. And then once you complete it, take a picture of it and send it to me.